Subscribe now. EU debates.
Bringing us together and for focusing our attention on Russia's illegal annexation of Crimea. Because that land grab in 2014 was the direct precursor of today's war. And we should have the humility to acknowledge that not everybody realized the sheer enormity of what was happening at the time. All of our countries, however, reacted with strength and unity after Putin escalated his onslaught against Ukraine on the 24th of February this year. But the first act of this tragedy happened exactly 8 years earlier, almost to the day, when Russian forces began fanning out across Crimea and taking control of a peninsula which constitutes 10,000 square miles of sovereign Ukrainian territory. At a stroke, Putin forcibly annexed the territory of a European country and forcibly redrew a European frontier for the first time since 1945. He ignored the fact that Russia itself had repeatedly recognized Crimea as being part of Ukraine. And he broke so many international agreements that I can't list them all. But they include Article 2 of the United Nations Charter, the Helsinki Final Act, and the Russia-Ukraine Treaty of Friendship. And ever since the annexation, the people of Crimea have endured a brutal and systematic campaign of human rights abuses by the Russian authorities, including the persecution of the Tatars, arbitrary arrests with a tenfold increase in detentions last year, and the restriction of land ownership to Russian citizens. Once he grabbed Crimea, Putin deployed more and more Russian forces in the peninsula, turning the territory into an armed camp from which to threaten the rest of Ukraine. And so Crimea duly became the launch pad for the invasion on the 24th of February, or one of the launch pads. And I'm afraid that all this has even greater salience today because Putin is planning to do to other parts of Ukraine, indeed all of Ukraine, what he has done to Crimea. And he is preparing more annexations and more sham referendums. So it has never been more important for us all to stand together in defense of the foundational principle of international law, which is that no territory, no country can acquire territory or change borders by force of arms. And so it follows that we will never recognize Russia's annexation of Crimea or any other Ukrainian territory. In the face of Putin's assault, we must continue to give our Ukrainian friends all the military, humanitarian, economic, and diplomatic support that they need, until Russia ends this hideous war and withdraws its forces from the entirety of Ukraine. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Prime Minister.